Let's graph solutions for equations. Step 1. Find each solution by substituting each x value into the equation to find the y value. So here's our original equation, y equals 1/2 times x minus 3. And here are the x values that we are going to start with, -2, 0, and 2. And we are going to put these values into the equation for variable x and then see what it evaluates to for the y value. Let's begin. Let's start with x equals -2. If x equals -2, then we put -2 into the equation, and now we begin by multiplying 1/2 times -2. 1/2 times 2 equals 1, and it's a positive times a negative, so that equals a -1. Y equals -1 minus 3. -1 minus 3, they are both negative terms being combined, and so we add the values 1 and 3 equals 4, keep it the sign that it is, which is negative, so y equals -4. So here is our first ordered pair solution, -2, -4. Let's find another solution point for when x equals 0. We put 0 in for the variable x and then start to multiply. 1/2 times 0 equals 0. Y equals 0 minus 3. So y equals -3. And this is our next ordered pair that is a solution to the equation. Last, we're going to find the y value for when x equals +2. So +2 times +1/2 is now a +1. Y equals 1 minus 3, so y equals -2. And we now have 3 ordered pairs that are all solutions to the equation y equals 1/2 times x minus 3. How did we find each solution? To find each of these solutions, we took the value of the x variable, substituted it into the original equation, and then evaluated until we solved for the final value of y, and then we wrote that final value of y into the table across from the value we put in for the x variable. Step 2. Plot the ordered pair solutions. So we're going to start to graph these different locations, starting with -2, -4. So to graph, we start along the x-axis for -2, which is right here, and then we go in the direction of -4, which brings us to right here. That's our first solution location. Next, we are going to graph the ordered pair 0, -3. Along the x-axis, we travel 0, and then we go in the direction of -3, which brings us to this location here for our next solution ordered pair. Last, we graph the ordered pair 2, -2. So we go in the positive direction 2, and then we go down in the negative direction for -2. Then that is our third ordered pair solution. We should be graphing here for straight lines, so it's good news that we see the straight line pattern. Had they formed a triangle pattern, then we would know something went wrong. Then we would need to check to see if we did our evaluations correctly. How did we plot the ordered pairs? We plotted the ordered pairs by first using the information from the x variable of the ordered pair and going in that direction, and then using the value from the y value to then go in that direction, and that was where we put our ordered pair point. Step 3. Draw the graph. To draw the graph, this is a straight line pattern, so I suggest that if you're drawing this on paper, you get a ruler or some kind of straight edge, and then you make sure you draw the straightest line possible from one point to other points, and then continue beyond those points in both directions until you go across the whole graph. How did we draw the graph? We drew the graph for this equation by starting from one of the ordered pair solutions, drawing the straight line through the other 2 ordered pair solutions, and then making sure that we extended that line through the rest of the graph in both directions. You are now ready to graph the solutions of the equation for number 2.